You're listening to Love, Guns and Freedom with Luca Zanna on United States.fm network. Here we go, guys and girls. You're listening to Love, Guns and Freedom on K-Talks 1340 AM and on United States.fm network. Second hour, back to guns. It's gonna be all about guns. Some training ideas, some mindset ideas, tactical ideas, and the rifle. They don't trade on us. Don't trade on us rifle. The Freedom rifle that I put together, at least the concept. Just to let you know, last Sunday, I went to the 7 Mile Club here in Golden Valley. 7 miles range. And I tested the first configuration of this rifle, the M4 carabine. And I was so excited. I'm so excited. Let me tell you briefly the story. I already talked to you about the basic configuration and the specs that we were talking about. This is going to be chamber in 223 Wylde. And I tell you, I was kind of new to this chamber. Of course, you can shoot 5.56 and 223, as you know. But the level of accuracy and also the way this chamber is able to pretty much hit almost every type of round. It means from the good stuff, the brass stuff, 5.56 rounds, to the cheaper stuff like the Wolf steel case that normally may start to jam up a little bit when you shoot them in some more, other rifles like my Bushmaster in 5.56 sometimes get kind of touchy with this stuff. So I was very happy. I'm very happy about this one. And I'm telling you, I'm receiving already great feedback. And I appreciate your support, because this is not even anymore about making a buck, seriously. I really make almost no money on this one. It's more for me, an opportunity to give to every law-abiding American, to give them the opportunity to own at least a rifle and some knowledge and inspiration. That's what it's about. And let me just be sure, for our friends of the ATF or federal agencies, so they don't get too excited. I do not make the rifle. I am not an FFL dealer, okay? I created a concept. And what I do exactly, I found a great upper, a company in the US, okay? I wanted to keep all US made, where I can get the uppers made according to my specifications. And of course, I'm working on another upper. It's going to be the Dissipator, always 16 inches barrel. And of course, now we have ready the configuration for the M4. And so I created this concept of this upper chamber in 223 Wylde, at least according to my specs. Okay, you can find a lot of uppers out there. Then this upper, of course, is also personalized with laser engraved "Don't Trade on Us" the rifle, okay, by Zanna. And there's a beautiful American flag, by the way, on your ejection port. So I really think it's the first important thing. You get the upper. You go to freedomrifle.com, get the upper, and then I will direct you to one of my FFL dealers that I suggest you. They can guarantee you the best price to get the Plumcrazy lower generation 2, that combined with my upper, and you receive that in one shipment. So you're not going to pay 2 shipments. You're going to pay just one shipment. And a very reasonable flat rate shipping. You will get the lower combined with my upper that you will put together, and you will spend $499 for a rifle that you will put together. It's very simple to put together the upper and the lower. It's a instinct. So that's the story. Not only that, you get the rifle, you get also the laser engraving, personalization on the ejection port. You get also a free digital download on my CD, Don't Trade on Us, a beautiful copy of the parchment of the Constitution, of the United States Constitution. It technically would be of this United States Constitution. And of course also an ebook. It's almost done, this one, but you're going to receive in the email, How to Become a Rifleman. It's all the curriculum for marksmanship that I learned during the Appleseed classes. And this is from me. I'm just an humble professional student. That's why I am. But I'll share it with you for free. And then you also get the first 100 people would purchase the upper and then, of course, the lower from the FFL dealer. Also, a free t-shirt that I wrote, "Slaves are never armed. I'm not a slave. Freedom Rifle." So that's pretty much the package. Now, back to the technical things. I tested the rifle shooting at 25 yards. I was very impressed. I was putting all the groups in 1 square inch, iron sight, no benches, just with a sling from prone. Seriously, even less than a square inch, some groups were really on top of each other. So I was very happy. Then we started to do at 50 yards, working at headshots. Excellent. I mean, seriously, everything was about less than 2 square inches. And then we go to 100 yards, and the group was way within 4 square inches. I say almost 3 or 2 sometimes. So I'm amazed. I'm really impressed. For the price, people, you can spend, of course, $2,000 for a rifle. And don't get me wrong, if you have the money, enjoy it. Seriously, I'm happy for you. But I'm trying to reach out here people that they right now struggling a little bit and they don't want to wait another 6 months or a few more paychecks to start to put the money down for a rifle. I would like to give them a chance to have a rifle right now. So this is pretty much. But at the same time, I don't want to give out junk. I want good stuff. By the way, the rifle also comes with a magazine, 30 rounds magazine, made in the US. Military specs, it works perfectly. So just to let you know, guys, if you live in the state of California, and I know this station also, of course, is broadcasting from California. I'm sorry. I really am sorry for you guys. All I can pray for you, take your government back. Or if you don't want to wait too long, just pack your stuff, sell everything, and cross the river. Come to Arizona. That's what I would suggest you, honestly, anyway. And, of course, if there are listeners from other states, Colorado, now you have new laws for 30 rounds mags. I mean, just check out your laws, and if you're curious to see the testing of this rifle, how it shoots, how I did test it, you should go through freedomrifle.com, www.freedomrifle.com, and you can see me testing it. You can see the lower. I went directly to the factory of the lower. As I said, this is for me an act of love. Seriously, I would like to do. Call me a dreamer. I know some other people like, John Lennon, I'm a dreamer. I'm a different type of dreamer. I want every law-abiding in America, man or woman or between, with at least a rifle and the knowledge how to use it. And, of course, also the knowledge of why we should have a rifle. Okay? That's it. That's for enough. Now, since, as I said, also clarify that I'm not an FFL dealer, I'm not selling you a complete rifle. I hope all the government's ears, they're happy with the answers. Okay? This is about, I'm just selling an upper. That's it. Still legal. I don't need any license for that. All right, guys. But go to freedomrifle.com. Send me an email. Send me your feedback. I appreciate it. Now, talk about interesting things. There is, of course, the black rifle. I can see already the paranoid, the schizophrenic, the anti-gun people that they completely, oh my God, you try to make more affordable this deadly man-killing tool, weapon. I can see, they have all these myths about the AR-15. Let me spell it out. They call it liberals myth. I call it fascist, brainwashed, zombies myths. They are not liberal. If you're liberal, you should believe in liberty. You're a statist. That's what you are. But let me just, because I want to be nice, I want to try to have logic, try to have a conversation. First of all, let me be honest with you. If I wanted to have more than one rifle, and I have a budget I can afford, I wouldn't settle just for the AR-15. That's probably my second choice. And don't get me wrong, people say, oh, why? Well, you're promoting the Freedom Rifle, don't trade on us. Yes, because that's the configuration of the rifle that I can offer through my knowledge, a package that you're going to spend less than a handgun for $500 or less. And there is a rifle, by the way, that you can shoot no matter how small you are. If you're a woman, if you're a boy, if you're a girl, if you're an older person, the AR-15 configuration of the Don't Trade on Us with a 5.56 or 223, you can shoot both, of course, in this chamber. You have no problems with recoil. So that's great. That's why I want to do something that somehow could almost be fitting every situation. But of course, there is not really something for every situation. You know, the chamber of the ballistic and the performance of the 5.56 or 223, they have some limitations. It's not like really something that I would count as my first round. And of course, this AR-15 has a lot of myths that people may want to try to, I don't know, they need to learn a little bit more about it. Honestly, I think you can be much more deadly with a bolt action 308 and a scope than with just an AR-15 if you know how to use it. Because after all, the purpose of the rifle is to hit your enemy at distance, not in close combat. Normally, you don't want it that close. If you're a rifleman, you should be able to keep your enemies away at least 400, 500 yards even, with the iron sight. The 4 minutes of angle we've been talking many times. So there is a lot of misconceptions. Of course, they know it. They just try to play stupid. But unfortunately, many dumber people believe that. Let's go through the 7 myths that the liberals, they really push or say about the AR-15, okay? First of all, they call it the AR. The AR stands for assault rifle. AR-15. Guess what? Sorry, let me just educate you because I don't want to call you names. Maybe you just don't know. AR means Armalite. Armalite rifle. That was the first company who developed this concept, this rifle, exactly in the 1950s. So right there, it is not an assault rifle, okay? And just to let you remind you one more time, assault rifle is the rifle that you have a selective fire control. That means you can shoot semi-auto or you can shoot full auto or burst of 3 or more rounds. That's a fact, okay? So, not just because say AR means that this is an assault rifle. First myth gone, okay? Hope you understand. Even if you voted for Obama, you should understand. AR-15s are machine guns. Even there, I'm sorry. I wish it was true, so easy. No, you can't. The AR-15, they are semi-automatic rifles, okay? That means you fire 1 bullet each time you pull the trigger. That's it. Unless you have the military version, like for example, there are several types, it could be full auto or with the 3 rounds burst. But there are already very strict federal laws that you need to go through the different compliances to have access to the type of tools. That's what it is. So the average AR-15 that you can buy directly from the shelves without any special federal license, it is the semi-automatic rifle. So the AR-15s, please don't call them machine guns because they are not machine guns, okay? Hopefully it's clear that too. Now, point number 3. This is really about now try to bring some logic and facts about it, okay? This is all about. AR-15s use huge bullets. They can cause more damage than other guns like shotguns. First of all, very wrong. As I said before, if I had to choose one rifle only, and I have the budget, I wouldn't get just the AR-15 chamber in 5.56 or 223. After all, we're talking about 55 or 62 grains, means a very light bullet, very light. I would definitely go with a shotgun. You can have, my gosh, 1 ounce of lead, 1 ounce. Or even better, if I want to stick with the rifle, I like 147 grains with a 308 or 762 by 51 NATO. So you see, honestly, it's a very different type of bullet. The AR-15 is not made for longer distances. It is not even made for material. It's made for flash. And honestly, it was even intent to kill. It was intent to incapacitate. Don't get me wrong. You got a good round placed well, it's going to knock you down. Okay? It's very fast. Can be effective. But no, it is not a big bullet. Honestly, in some states, for example, you cannot even legally hunt with the 5.56 or the 223. I mean, you can go out and get coyotes, but you cannot hunt big games because that would be not a clean death. You're going to give them, it's too much of a small bullet. So it's good on humans, yeah, can be effective. It has a lot of good pros, like I said, light bullet, fast bullet, low recoil, affordable still. But, it's not exactly the bullet that does it all, okay? That's my point. So it's not a big bullet. So that's myth number 3. I hope it's gone, okay? AR-15s aren't used for hunting. Well, first of all, I couldn't care less. Any of my weapons, any of the weapons the American people have the right to take, to keep and bear arms. Nowhere in the Second Amendment right was written because you must have a weapon because of hunting. It was never about hunting. So every moron out there, politician or idiot who just said that, that gun or that rifle has no hunting purposes, and so what? So what? I never hunt unless I'm starving. The point, any of my rifles are for huntings. The Second Amendment wasn't about hunting or ducks. It was about defending our freedom, our republic from fascists like yourself. Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Obama, the Bushes. That's what it's about freedom. It's called the Second Amendment. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall be not infringed. That's the bottom line. So, but by the way, just to disprove you anyway, even there, yes, you can also hunt with AR-15, mostly medium size, small, as I said. In some states, it is not legal to hunt big games with AR-15. Understandable, okay? So, don't mention ever the word hunting in a debate with me because you're going to lose. I'm sorry. Now, point number 5. The AR-15s are the most popular rifles in America. Honestly, I couldn't care less if it's popular or not. But you know what? If you want to really talk about popularity, Ruger 1022 is the most semi-automatic rifle most popular in America. I couldn't care less. Okay? Honestly, as I said, it is just another tool. Then, AR-15s aren't good for self-defense. Guess what? Who cares? First of all, it's not true. It is not true. I think it has a good purpose in some situations. And let's talk a little bit about it. Why you think an AR-15 can be good? Depends where, in which situation, and who is holding the weapon. For example, if you're a woman, or if you are, let's say, in a house, and you have a strategic position, like a position that you can be well defended, okay? I think the AR-15 can be very good because you can, first of all, have 30 rounds there instead of maybe the 17 or 10 rounds that normally you have with a handgun. At the same time, you have a really little recoil. And, under stress, if you're not super trained, you may need more than one round. You may find more opponents. So that platform, I think, with the AR-15, you have a good edge there. You can mount lights, you can mount lasers, you can mount red dots. It's very versatile. Very easy to use to it after you practice, of course, and train. And also you have very little recoil, as I said. Now, to move around the house with that, you must have some training. Probably I would prefer to have a handgun on me. But in some situation, the AR-15, I think, could be very good self-defense for especially a woman or a person that maybe cannot really handle a shotgun very well. Okay? That's what I really think. So think about it. So that's, who cares? If people think that it is really not good for self-defense, you know what? Still, I want the rifle. That's my choice. Don't tell me what rifle I can have just because you say so. Vice President Biden, that moron that tell us, the first of all, very wrong legal advices, like if you feel somebody coming to you, shoot 2 shots in the hair, and with your shotgun, they're going to go away. Yeah, you're going to go charge and probably arrested. You don't shoot in the air. These warning shots, they're not a smart thing to do. Okay? Many states, almost everywhere. But that's another story. So anyway, I really believe the AR-15 can be a good choice for self-defense, even in home situations, if you know how to use it. And if you're outside the house, even better. For example, it's a good rifle to have in the back of your truck. I mean, yeah, you carry your gun, but guess what? Let's say you get stuck in the middle of nowhere. Honestly, I like to have the gun close to me, not in the back of my truck. If I mention the word carjacking, give you an idea, guess what? Loaded up with the right rounds. There are still some steel core rounds out there, still, green tip penetrators. Not to compare, of course, to 308, but guess what? It goes through metal, it goes through glass. You can take care of a lot of things. Somebody tried to carjack you, even if it's semi-auto, you got 30 rounds in a mag, collapsible stock, or at least, short configuration like the M4. You can still maneuver it. Maybe somebody's driving and your wife can shoot at the enemies. People that are trying to carjack you. Defend yourself. What I like about also the AR-15, you do not have a huge over-penetration. I mean, I tell you, let's say in the house, you shoot even with the 9mm, with your handgun, you will see that the 9mm slug is going to go through probably at least 6 sheetrocks. Seriously. Instead, the AR-15, especially if you use frangible ammunition or light ammunition, you will see that pretty much stops after the second wall, okay? Even if it doesn't get a wood. So it's a different type of round. It's more frangible. Now, another thing they say, the AR-15 are more deadly than handguns. You know what? Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Honestly, the statistics says the opposite. More people get killed by handguns. Normally, criminals don't even have really an AR-15. What they really can get their hands on, it's a handgun. Okay? So that's my point. So this is a little bit to give you a little bit of conversation. So when you're going to get the Don't Tread on Us rifle, the AR-15 in the M4 configuration, be proud of it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be like, oh my gosh, they're telling me that this is just for killing. By the way, a rifle, it is to defend yourself from scumbags and from evil. That implies killing. Okay? So like the hammer means that you can pound nails, but in case you have to, you can also pound some heads in case you need for self-defense. So you see, it's all about almost a word of game. Games of war. The rifle, of course, is for killing, but killing what? As I said every time, when you are a law-abiding gun owner, you don't shoot to take a life. You shoot a weapon to save a life. That's the way I look at this. The criminal will always find a weapon, no matter what. And if you had to, they will kill you probably with their knives or with their hands, empty hands. They will find a way to kill you, trust me. And my point is, you don't kill to take a life. You just suppress that threat. You won't save innocent life. That's what a law-abiding gun owner should do. And that's where I stand. And I'm not apologetic about it. And by the way, I'm for peace. I'm the most peaceful person. I pray always, every day, every morning I wake up. And I get in my holster my gun, my magazines, my backup gun, my rifle magazine, and my rifle. That's the way I get out of the house. I always pray. I pray that today I don't have to use it. But if I have to, if I am forced to, I'll be the winner. That's the way it is. I already clear my mind. That's what it's about. It's about mindset. Because after all, our mind, our brain is the strongest and most important weapon. Now, don't go away. We continue, and we will go with the final part, some training ideas. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna on K-Talks 1340 AM. And this is the hour about guns. In this world, where everything seems to be going sideways, when you need things set straight, Zanna Coffee Straight Shot Espresso. Start your day with a bang. The best organic and GMO-free coffee beans from around the world to amplify your senses and enhance love for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Zanna Coffee brings you happiness in every cup. Fair trade, certified, sustainable, organic coffee. That means we do not use slaves. Free Zanna songs with every coffee bag. Find Zanna Coffee at www.zannacoffee.com www.zannacoffee.com. Don't be cheap, you deserve the best. Get Zanna Coffee at www.zannacoffee.com.
Fear comes in all shapes and sizes, and you truly do not know how you're going to react. Should you find yourself in a home defense situation, you need some tools to better be prepared for that. It won't be optimal. It will be scary. And it will be very, very fast. Because once he crosses the threshold and enters into your house, the game has changed. You need to get a plan together. You need to walk through it. A home defense situation demands leadership. TVs can be replaced, pictures can be replaced, but your family can't. You can't. Stay alive, stay prepared, and survive.
Imagine you're lying in bed asleep. It's 2:30 in the morning. Suddenly, you wake up thinking, what was that? Did I just hear something, or was I dreaming? You sit up, hold your breath, and listen, hoping that you don't hear anything else so you can just drift quietly back to sleep like you've done so many times before. But then you hear another bump, and this time you say to yourself, oh my God, this is it. The night you thought would never come. The thing you put out of your mind and said, it won't happen to me. Your mind races. Your life flashes before you in a single instant, and you see all the people you love, all the people who desperately need you in their life. You start to panic. Your nostrils are flared, eyes wide open, ears ringing, and your heart is beating out of your chest. Your palms sweat. Your lungs are filled like 2 oxygen tanks ready to burst. Suddenly, you realize, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this isn't a game. It's real, and it's happening to you right now. And now your life and the ones you love depend on your ability to defend them, to stop this threat that has entered your home. Now, let me ask you a question. If you looked at yourself in the mirror tonight, can you honestly say that you're prepared for that event? That you're confident that if evil comes knocking on your door tonight, you'll instantly spring into action with a defense plan that you've rehearsed with your family, practiced, and trained for? Unfortunately, the answer for most of us is, if we're being truly honest with ourselves, is a resounding no. Hey, this is EJ Owens, founder of LegallyConcealed.org. Listen, I don't like to talk about myself too much, but what I want you to know is why you can trust me to help you survive a brutal home invasion.
Hey, this is Chris H. I can't reveal my full name or show you my face because I'm still operational, but I'm a former U.S. Navy SEAL and a battle-proven Iraq vet who was on SEAL Team 3 with my late friend Chris Kyle, the deadliest sniper in U.S. history. And when my boy EJ Owens asked me if I'd introduce him to you, I said hell yeah, because let me tell you something, he's the real deal. EJ proudly served his country for 14 years in the U.S. Army and National Guard as a soldier and commissioned officer. He's a U.S. hand-to-hand combative instructor.
Okay, that's enough. What I'm playing right now, by the way, is not a sponsor, but when I find good information, I think it's, I want to share it. By the way, I'm going to call this guy. I like it. I like him. His name is EJ Owens. I purchased his system. It's like a video library online for a very good price. But you will find out. Google his name, as I said. He says also his website. What I like about that, he puts in all together a good package of very realistic information. How we could face, how we can try to face and win situations like in home invasions. You know, not just because you have a handgun or a shotgun sitting somewhere around the house and you maybe can hit the paper target 10 yards or so. You think now your home is safe, you're safe. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So I think, it's our duty as the gun owners to learn, to educate ourselves, to be better people, to be more responsible. That's the point. And, it's like a journey. You can start to learn how to walk. That's great. But then you can start to learn how to jog, and then you need to start to learn how to sprint. And, it depends how much time you want to put into it. I say, once you understand the responsibility that you have as a gun owner towards yourself, towards your family, towards our also society, because I tell you, if I see an innocent person out there being murdered, I'm not going to just run. I'm not going to just say, okay, see nothing here. No, it's your duty as a human being, as an American, to stop evil. And of course, in these days, it's a very challenging thing, with all this lawsuit and laws. But the idea is no innocent life should be killed. Never. Life is precious. We know that. So it's our duty. The moment that you have make the decision that you have a gun or a weapon, you want to be the best you can be. Not everybody can be, of course, joining the Army or Navy SEAL. So there are a lot of good stuff out there today. Not only, of course, I promote schools. I've been promoting on this show every school I can find out that is worth it. I don't take side with anybody. I go front side. I bring you gun side. I bring you local businesses. I bring you everybody. Everybody who's serious and offers you a good product, a good training for a good price. And then I let decide to you. That's all I do. But also, I think sometimes, beside the technical part of shooting, there is also much more, especially when you want to learn about how to defend your home. And I wanted to start to do really some series of shows here with guests that they know and they can tell us. Because I say, I'm here to learn with you, okay? I'm not a teacher, okay? But I'm a professional student, So I found this guy, A.G. Owens, former U.S. Army infantry officer, and he put together, I think, a good system, very professionally well done. And I'm going to try to contact him, and I hope to have him on my show, because I think he got good stuff, and the price is fair. $37, you get a lot of good information. I watched some of his videos, and they all make sense, telling you. I mean, I can spot a fraud. I can spot when somebody doesn't know what he's talking about. I think for the money, definitely would give you a lot of good information. Now, let's go through something that I think we should at least make you think, okay? This is, after all, just a radio show. I cannot give you the training on top. I'm not an instructor, but let me give you some ideas that I've been learning and thinking before even this system. But now, of course, thinking about the things that E.G. Owens wrote is a good point. For example, he has a point. A home defense incident is not a range. If you go in a situation like at the range, you know that you're going to shoot without stress. You're going to shoot a paper target, doesn't shoot back at you, it doesn't move, it doesn't run, doesn't sweat. You don't sweat normally. It's going to be very almost peaceful, relaxing situation. Yeah, you get a little noise, little bang. That's it. Real life is different. First of all, you're not going to be at the range facing a clear target. You may have things between. Maybe probably dark. Probably it's going to be low light. Probably you're going to take off guard. You have no time to react very much. Think about it. Probably you're going to have multiple attackers inside your home. So are you able to shoot more than just at one target? Or let's say one opponent. 3, maybe 4. Able to reload fast, under stress. So that's the first thing you should think. Okay? Then I say already before, this is before even this gentleman, this system that I'm learning and studying, I really enjoy it. Many times, most of the people, when they go at home, they think they are safe. And if they are normally carrying a gun concealed in the society, you can see statistics. What they do, they normally put it in the safe or in some safe place, hopefully. That's very sad. That's very wrong. That's exactly why you don't want your gun. If somebody can knock the door, your front door or your back door, in probably less than a second. Unless you have a special door, special windows. You know that those doors in the commercial regular homes, or apartments, they're like cardboards. I mean, you can break the hinges like nothing. So anyway, in less than 3 seconds, let's say 5 seconds, let's say this guy kicking the door is kind of a spineless guy. Guess what? You're not going to run fast enough to the safe in 5 seconds and get your gun. So as I said, the most important thing, in my opinion, to have for self-defense, to be prepared for a home invasion, is to have a gun, yes, at least one, but to have it on you. That's the number one thing. Whenever you have your shotgun or your handgun, it's way too far already. So that's important, okay? Now the people says, you're always paranoid, always thinking about this stuff. Mr. Owens has a good point. I'm just, some of the stuff I'm reading it because I like the way he put it together. Otherwise, I can tell you my way. But as you have a fire insurance, you're not a paranoid. If you have a health insurance, you're not a paranoid because, accident can happen. Same story, to be prepared for the situation for a home invasion. Now, sometimes we also have a problem to admit how evil the world can be, how evil can be real. We think, after all, it cannot happen to me. It just happens on TV. Unfortunately, it's happening. It's part of human nature. And I tell you, there are many accidents that all you have to do is read the news. But there is something that I like that is also reported here in his system of Mr. Owens. In 2007, you will remember, there was this little town, Connecticut, Cheshire, I guess. And there was this woman, 48-year-old woman, and a little daughter, 11-year-old daughter, a teenager. They were going shopping, out there. And guess what? They found two felons. They were just released on parole. They followed them. They followed these women home. They raped them, both of them, mother and daughter. Strangled the mother. I also read that they were doing terrible things like torture them and pee on them. It's so terrible. This is more than evil. And then they put them on fire. Think about it. This is evil. It's real. Planet Earth. It's only a question of statistics. I think there is an FBI statistic says 1 out of 100 people, I don't know, potentially could be a killer. Think about it. How many people did you see today? So that's my point. So we must admit that evil is real. That's the point. And at that point, we're going to get the motivation to at least prepare the best we can. As I said, I'm not saying everybody must become a soldier or become some sort of a warrior, but guess what? You must do your best to take care of your family, take care of yourself. That would be the first thing. Now, I think I also like, I'm reading here some of his points, comply and die. It's true. The moment that you comply with these people, you're already dead most of the times. They shoot you just because you're a witness. They shoot you only just because they love it, just because they're evil. That's the fact. So that's the bottom line. There is so much we can learn. And for me, the purpose of the show is to teach, or at least to share things that we can learn. And I'm not here as a teacher, but I want to bring you at least tools or opportunities. Like, for example, when I tell you, hey, get some ammo, I tell you where to get ammo, the prices, the best prices, even if they're not my sponsors. And right now I'm bringing you this guy, AJ Owens, that I really think he got a good system down for an affordable price, $37. You get a lot of good information, seriously. At that point, makes sense. At that point, you're going to have your guns and you have the training. You can combine this type of training with also some school training, like, marksmanship, manipulation, I invite you to get to an instructor or go to schools like Frontside or whatever you can find there for it. Now, that's pretty much for now. I will contact them this week, maybe in the next couple of weeks. I would love to have them on my show, seriously, because I support them also. I could get this stuff maybe as a sponsor or for free or whatever. I want to give them $37 because I really believe when people put work, this is how real capitalism work, free market. You work hard, and if your product is good and people want it, you deserve to be paid. That's the way it is. Now, want to give you a little bit of a song, and then we go back. We got more news and more training ideas. So please, this was just a basic understanding that probably 90% of us are not prepared for home invasion. Even if you have a gun, you need to have the training. And be sure the gun is on you. That's what I'm saying. And I want to start to explore ideas. So, you know what? When we come back, I'm going to give you some of my ideas as a regular guy, okay? Let me just give you this little commercial and we go back. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna.
Have you ever met someone on an online dating site and thought, wow, this guy is perfect for me, or she is simply amazing, only to find out they were hiding a deep, dark secret? They plan to vote for Hillary. FreedomLovers.us was created for singles who want to exchange ideas and a love for freedom. People who are looking for solutions to create and defend freedom in the real world, and at the same time, getting that once-in-a-lifetime chance to find their true soulmate. Whether you are interested in meeting your soulmate, making new friends, networking, or hanging out with that like-minded liberty lover, visit freedomlovers.us. It's the first free dating site and community. So patriots, don't waste your time with other dating sites. freedomlovers.us is the place where like-minded singles really click.
Okay, we are back. By the way, before we go ahead, this is freedomlovers.us, my project. It's free, seriously. You don't even get asked for the credit cards or things like that. And what I like about this, I start to see really growing a lot of new people, a lot of new, I don't want to call them members. They're no membership. Let's say faces and human beings, men and women, were joining. And some of course, they just watch always for the Nigerian scams. They're there, they try to probably ask you for money or something. I'm not responsible for that. But there are also a lot of good real people, real faces, men and women. Many of them, I see them, they are into the Second Amendment big time. I'm very excited. Please go to freedomlovers.us, www.freedomlovers.us. And it's about freedom. It's about finding friends, like-minded people who respect each other, who believes in freedom. And of course, maybe you can find also love. But the idea also was just to find networking. There is also, of course, a section you can find out about message board. You can create messages, boards, and chat rooms. A lot of good stuff. You can upload your videos. It's very good. Please, guys, I just put that as my form of try to connect with each other. Try to have also a little fun, okay? freedomlovers.us. Now, back to us. We're talking about very serious matter. And by the way, I want to be sure people understand the Second Amendment is not about home defense. It's not even about personal defense. It's about freedom, okay? So, yeah, it's a consequence. You have a gun, you have a weapon. Of course, you can and you should defend yourself and your family. And I say also your property. This is just me talking. Of course, life. You need to see which law, which state. You cannot just shoot at somebody because it's stealing an apple, okay? Be sure you understand that. But the point is, Second Amendment is about freedom, but also it's about an opportunity, it's a right. It's almost like an equalizer. Talking about social justice, I give you social justice. The social justice for me when a woman, like a 90-pound woman, or an older man, a senior man, maybe on his wheelchair, he can defend his or her life against a 300-pound thug. Yes, you see? We all become equal, excuse me. A little handgun can put a lot of equality between good and evil, for sure. So that's the point. I really believe that's what it's about also. So we're talking about home invasion. And I said, I'm going to start to bring you some guests. Meanwhile, I want to share what I think I've been learning and tech training and practicing. First of all, I would always say, if you can, have a little fun with your family. Try to simulate home invasion scenarios, but with one premise. Do not have on you or around the house for that moment of training any real weapon. Okay? So, if you must be, first of all, do it with safety. But if you want to have, Like, for example, have a simulated gun, like a plastic gun, great. If you want to use, for example, airsoft guns, even better. Have the right tools to protect yourself, like, glasses and everything else, safety glasses. Anyway, so that would be a good way to start to really realize how things can get wrong. And start to think like the bad guys would think. Sit down, mom and dad, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife, I don't care, wherever you are, I wish you well. Sit down and start to think how things can get wrong. From which part? In the middle of the night, or opening the door rings, or just a broken glass? Situations. First of all, as I said, if you already don't have a gun on you, you're already losing the battle. I'm sorry. So the first real solution, I would say, that the simple solution to have a weapon on you, that probably would be the safest place, so nobody can touch the weapon but you don't forget what it is. Or if you really don't have any kids around, at least have several handguns, maybe in different parts of their house. Maybe one in the kitchen, one in the bathroom, one in the living room. But why make all this mess? Just bring one on you, on your pants. Simple as that. So that would be first, number one, very logic tip. Okay? Have always a weapon on you. Number two, it's called reaction time. Try to create some distance between you and the potential assailant. So I don't say to create a Fort Knox at your house. If you have the money, do as best that you can. But at least with a few dollars, you need to try to make the door, the entrance door or the windows, a little more difficult to penetrate. Because time is your friend. Distance is your friend. So you don't want to start to say, okay, I have a gun, but meanwhile my door is like a paper target. A paper door. No, make the door, entrance door and back door stronger. Work on the frame. Work on the engines. There are so many different little things now you can do without spending $1,000 for a door. Number one. Number two, if you get close to the door and somebody's ringing the door, be very careful. Don't open the door without a weapon on you. But before you open, be sure what you have there. Who is behind the door? And when you are behind the door, be sure that you cannot be shot through the door. There are different things you need to start to think. This is not about paranoid. Unfortunately, this is realistic. So start to think that from the foundation, from the beginning, where the enemies, where the assaultant, the bad guy, just tired today, where he's coming from. So once you individualize the different weak points of your home, or the entrances point of your home, you start to reinforce them. Then you start to realize that, you can just say, okay, I went to the range, I shot 50 rounds, I got a gun sitting there somewhere, I'm ready. No, you got to really have real training, force on force, in a home environment. How can you do that? You need to start to get down to basics. For example, as I said, airsoft handgun. Try to buy an airsoft handgun that simulates exactly the same model of your gun that normally you shoot. There's so many solutions out there. You can find one. And with that gun, you can safely train with a partner around your home. You can start to create scenarios. Let's say you're sleeping. Boom, you hear a noise. Bang. What do? You go out, you open the door. Where are you going to? You have your kit ready to go. You have your flashlight, your cell phone, your gun, and your spare ammo there. Who is going to dial 911 while you're shooting? You or your wife? Seriously. You have a safe room, a place where you can be safe. Doesn't need to be metal steel, but at least something that cannot be easily broken in. Okay? Start to think that. Do you really need to go through room to room to do that type of searching? Maybe not. If there is nobody around the house but you and your wife, there is no need to go out there and expose yourself. Let the enemy, let the bad guy come to you. So different things. And that's the point. And then you should start to simulate also how to clear corners in case you have to. How to escape. If you have to, that's the good thing. Nothing wrong with that. So anyway, that's the idea. we gotta really work on this, because I hate to see good people be harmed. I hate to see innocent people being killed. It's wrong. It's wrong. Breaks my heart every time. We are becoming so almost cynical now. We can read the news, open the TV, and say, okay, another person died, another person got murdered, another person got killed because of evil. Yeah, evil is out there, but it's our duty to stop evil. Okay? So we can do a lot. That's why I say, please, every man or woman in America should be armed, at least with a rifle. And of course the handgun too, but the rifle is the first weapon. If I had to go to a gunfight, I'm not going to bring the handgun. That's my backup weapon. First of all, I'm going to bring my rifle. Yes. Okay? And I don't want to go to any gunfight, but that's is an allegoric way. If I had to go to war, what do you think? You're going to go to war with a handgun? If you have to defend your life, you better have a rifle. Of course, handgun can do a lot of good things, but it's not really exactly the first choice. It has some limitations in the ballistic. Okay? And also accuracy, and also reaching. So have a rifle. Look at freedomrifle.com, www.freedomrifle.com. I got the first 50 rifles ready to go. As I said before, the first part of the hour, it's amazing. It's all made in the US. It's going to be just $499. The only thing is made in the US is the rear sight that is removable. Okay, it's a handle rear sight A2 model, and that one is imported. Otherwise, I couldn't make it to be the rifle $499, but that's considered like a free gift. Okay, really, many rifles they don't even sell with the rear sight. You need to put your optics or whatever. This one, it works. It's a good quality, but all the rest of the rifle is made in the US. The lower is made in Arizona. It's a Plumcrazy lower generation 2, and the upper is made in USA. First configuration we have is the M4, and this is chambered in 223 wylde. It's really, really good stuff. You can shoot both 5.56 and 223 Remington, and it's even more accurate than 5.56 in my opinion. So check it out, freedomrifle.com. That's my little gift for you. I want to give you a rifle to every law-abiding person in this country to defend your life, your liberty, okay? And defend innocence. That's the most important thing too. For just $499. Now, we're almost at the end of this hour. And I want to say, I want your opinion. I want your feedback. I want to start to have now people also asking questions. And I am an humble person. I mean, I'm not here to tell you I'm the teacher, I know everything. But, I've been doing this for a while. And at least I was able to learn from many of my guests. I consider myself like a decent listener. Even I talk a lot, but I like to learn from others. So if you have any specific question about guns, what type of guns would you like, or testing a gun, or training ideas, anything about Second Amendment, send me an email. You go to lovegunsfreedom.com. There is the email there, zanna@zanna.us, and any email, any question regarding this topic, I'll be happy to even bring you on the show. I mean, we recorded before. Of course, this show is not live. I don't like to go to the station, but we can record it, and otherwise I can just read your questions on the air and then give you the answers, okay? That's pretty much the story. Now, by the way, I want to say thank to Pat from Golden Valley. That is the first buyer of the Don't Tread on Us Freedom Rifle. And we had a great meeting. You can watch the video if you go to freedomrifle.com. You can see the delivery moment, and also my little, explanation why there is a letter with some sort of a personalization I give to every buyer of the Freedom Rifle. It's like almost my blessing. Why I think every human being should have a rifle. And what is the purpose of the rifle? And maybe I read it to you. Who knows? Next time. Okay, I think something you should know. Maybe I can read even right now. I think it's something important, because I think you understand that people may say, you talk about rifles, you talk about, something that is used to kill. No, I talk about a tool that is used to save a life. That's the point. That's a point. I don't have any rifle with the intent to kill. I want to save a rifle. Excuse me, save a life. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Think about it. If you see an innocent person being murdered or being, completely in danger to be have serious permanent damages or being raped, I mean, you gotta do what you can. You follow your heart. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you, you better start to think now what you have to do. So anyway, I will put it on next show at this point. I think it's important. We should. I want you to know what is my mindset, what is about to have a weapon, and why I think you should have a Don't Trade on Us rifle. All right, ready to go. We're gonna have one more moment. Please, there is on zannaart.com, www.zannaart.com. There is a section now, is a shopping cart. It's very nice, and I appreciate your help. I appreciate all your support. There are beautiful copies in parchment of the United States Constitution, authentic replicas that look like the real deal, the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights. Beautiful. You can put them on the wall, frame them. They look like the real stuff for just $12 and change, free shipping. And also, there are the new t-shirts. Slaves are never armed. I'm not a slave. Freedom rifle. I mean, you can get it for $14.99 free shipping all over the US. So I appreciate it. This is the way we can support this show and keep this show free from, corporate sponsors. And don't get me wrong. If I get sponsors, I'm happy, but I'm not going to ever compromise with the sponsor, between the sponsor and the truth, between the sponsors and the facts. That's the point. Okay? So that's the bottom line. Ready for our number 3? We're going to have an incredible guest from Idaho. More disturbing news. What's happening around the country right now to regular people just because they are taking photos, or they were taking photos at the event during the Bundys. Women being targeted by the federal government, harassed, and almost arrested. Okay? Don't go away. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna.
Get us out of the United Nations. Get us out, we are a free nation. Get us out of the United Nations. Get us out, get us out.